Hi everyone, how are you? Good to see you all here this morning. Today is Friday, September 26th. We are almost to October, so quick question. For those of you that, well, I guess not all the places, not everywhere in the world is fall, but how many people have put up their fall decorations? Or, better yet, how many people have put up some of their Halloween decorations? We've definitely got some showing up in the neighborhood. I'm thinking October 1st, we'll start putting out some decor then. I think we need to get some new Halloween decorations. I made that spider last year, but I made it with paper mache, you know, like flour and water. So yeah, I didn't keep that because you know that would have not lasted a year in the garage had I kept it. But let's go ahead and go through and do our hellos. Let's see. So Durban, good morning. Durban was there before I put my little pin message up at the top. We're going to be coloring this page here. You can get this in the Etsy shop. The link is pinned up top if you are interested. Let's see. Linda, good morning. Jeanette, good morning. Made it for the beginning. Yay, traveling on our way home from holiday. Oh, and I saw you went to Scotland. The weather. Yes, I hear that like fall. Question, was the heather blooming? Because the one time that I went to Scotland, we went spring break. So the weather was not ideal because it was March. Fun fact though, I went with my mother and it was actually Mother's Day in the UK, but not in the US. So I had brought a little Mother's Day gift for her. But anyway, it was really cold. But if I were to ever go back, it even snowed there, like on the last day. I'd love to go in like August time when the heather's blooming. Like, oh, it's definitely on my bucket list to go back at some point. Cece, good morning. Let's see, Natalie and Marcy, hello, hello. Kim, hello. Christina, good morning. Let's see, making sure, oh, hold on, it popped up. Had to buy a trailer to transport my mobility scooter, just sorting that out. Ooh, yes, trailers are good for that. Kara, hello. Scott, I almost said CB. I'm like, what am I gonna act like? I don't know. You know, it's Connie. I was just, my brain wasn't braining. Connie, good morning. Let's see, Della, good morning. Carol, good morning. Let's see. Hi, Keely. She says, hi from for the first time in about 5 years. I managed to catch a live, long time lurker, first time chatting. Well, Keely, welcome. Thanks for being here. Yeah, like we've cut down on streams, so it's harder to find the right time. But since we've made the schedule change, it's been much easier to stick to our regularly scheduled programming. Let's see. Kelly, good morning. Didn't go into the Highlands. We stayed by the coast, clear blue skies. Oh, that's wonderful. Good morning, Yana. Yeah, when we went, we were over by Aberdeen. We stayed in a little hotel that looked like a castle, but like we drove over to Dune. We went up to Slane's Castle, and Slane's Castle was actually the castle that was the inspiration for the Dracula story. But it was really cool because it wasn't like a castle that you pay to go into. It was like a legit crumbling castle, no maintenance. I went in there, oh my gosh, it was so spooky. And that particular day, it was super windy, and because obviously there's just gaping holes in the walls where there were windows, but it was creating a wind tunnel. And I have video of it somewhere, but like it was so strong and the sea foam was just flying into it. You would have thought that it was snowing sideways, but it like about knocked me over, but it was absolutely wonderful. I definitely want to go back at some point. Hi, Anamta. So many pictures of the waves to help me color water. Oh, yes. I am doing well, Anamta. How are you? Let's see. Oh, and Kara, hello. All right, well, I think we've got everybody, but yes, so we are here. It is Friday. Let's switch on over to here. I find that when I'm looking down and not looking at you guys, it'd be weird to have the face cam up. Let's see, announcements. So I haven't done any of the squares yet from our last stream, but if you guys missed it, I lowered the prices on everything in the quilt square shop. I'm gonna turn the music down just a little bit. I know last time it was a little bit loud, so we're gonna pop that down a little more. Anyway, but I cut the prices in half since I cut my streaming time in half. Anyway, there's a long list to do, but actually my parents are here visiting at the moment, so I'm gonna be busting out squares, and Mom and I are gonna be stitching on buttons and charms and whatnot. So if you have had your eye on charms or have been saving up for a square, there's about, yes, Connie, I saw that one. Sorry, I didn't have a chance to respond yet, but yes, those of you that have emailed me about your squares, I did see those, and yours are on the list as well. Let's see, how many squares do we have left? We have 12 squares left. So if you guys are new and you don't know what we're talking about, so this right here, all of these squares, these are part of our community quilt. Anyway, we are getting close to finishing. Let's see, let's do over here, and this is going to be the final arrangement of the quilt. So we do, like I said, we got about 12 left, and then I'll wait a little bit because I want everybody to get the charms on them that they wanted, but we are coming closer to the end of the quilt being full. So if you've been, you know, saving up for a square or whatever, now is the time because it is, well, cheaper than it was before. Anyway, but yeah, I wrote my mom in, and she's gonna help me get caught up on all of those squares. I love seeing all the redemptions though. It's gonna be so cool when it's all done. Yes, of course. And again, if anybody has any issues redeeming these, just send me an email. Like I said, anybody else who has already sent an email, I've seen it and I have it marked and saved so I can add it to the list. What I try to do when I have a long list is I look at the timestamps or everything, just in case, like, because there's been situations where I've run out of charms. So if you're concerned that like, oh no, she hasn't redeemed mine yet, what if I lose it? No, once you email me and it's locked in, or, you know, redeem it or whatever, it's locked in, that is yours. Because what I do is I go based on timestamp, so you know, the earliest and then to the most recent, and I go in that order. If there's ever a situation where for some reason I miscounted and I'm out of a charm or something, what I'll do normally is I will just put your square aside, and next time I'm live, I let whoever it is know, like, hey, email me, because as it turns out, this one's empty. Let's see. Yes, yeah. So if it's already on the list, right? I know, well, it was perfect timing. We get them for like a week or so. And so I was like, well, hey, I have a bunch of charms and buttons to stitch on if you're interested. Right, yes. Okay, so we are, first of all, you guys. So I've had, you know, I have a Facebook group and I've had a Facebook page for a while. I just never really did much with it until recently. Anyway, I've been posting on there, and oh my word, I've been sitting at just over about 2,000 followers on Facebook. Yeah, it's just been kind of hovering, but I didn't expect it to go up because I wasn't as actively posting on it as I was on, like, say, YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatever else. Anyway, in the last month, I have been posting regularly. I've been sharing all of the videos from this series here. You guys, I have doubled my followage in the last month. Like, I've had over 400,000 views for the last 28 days. I was like, literally, like, I told Steve, I was like, I probably should have been posting on there a long time ago because I was just like blown away. That is faster than I've ever gained followers on any other social media platform. Right, Jeanette? I've been just like, I've been watching my analytics and everything, and I've kind of like been in shock. Like, I've had a couple videos like go viral on TikTok where like for 48 hours it goes nuts and then it drops off and there's never anything else. So I've had that happen before, but I was just like, oh my. That's so. Anyway, needless to say, I'll be keeping up on Facebook posting. Oh, thanks, Cece. But I was just like the show. Well, the thing of it is if you look at my analytics, oh, thanks. If you look at my analytics, it will let me know the age range of who my viewers are, which country, you know, not specific, but it'll say, oh, this percentage of your viewers are such and such a thing. And my demographic is, I have like 2% of my followers are men, and then 98% is women. And so mostly my demographic is women ages 35 to 95. And I was just like, okay, yeah, I clearly missed that a lot of my audience was over here because my word, I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm so excited. Like, I'll probably make like a, hey, everyone, thanks so much post, because the response that I have been getting over there has just blown my mind. Let's see. Thanks. So, oh, you guys are sweet. Hi, Kenny. So right now I am catching up with, this was the most recent episode. I just posted this one on Facebook this morning. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, because if I don't have it in the email, I'll probably forget to look. So yes, email me and I will take a look, and remind me, because the other one's Ty Durbin, right? Just remind me the names of the two accounts. That way I Don't make a mistake with my brain. And then just put that in the email. But I've also been working on this one. So you guys, like, I put a tiny little partial sneak peek on my Instagram stories, but you guys know whenever we're live, I give you guys a full little look-see here. So this one, I am using the Staedtler fine liners. And so far, the browns are going to be the inside. So far, these are all the colors that I've used on the background. But if you look closely, I'm using pointillism for this. I love doing it with, I'm going to see if I can zoom in any closer. Good morning, Trey. See if this will get in focus. Yes. Okay. So this background has taken a little bit, but you can see we got all the little teeny tiny dots. I'm going to figure out how to fix this one because I didn't realize that I was dotting leaves. So I'm probably going to have to like make these dots work for these leaves and then do the same like on the other side. But lots of teeny tiny. I don't think I took into account how long it was actually going to take me to do all the dots, but the background, yes, infinite dots. The background is done now, and so then I'll be moving on to this. But normally if a page takes me a while, I think about doing it in like 1 or 2 parts, but the fact of the matter is there's not a whole lot to film. Once I show every color as I'm doing the dots, there's not a whole lot else to show. So most of this I wasn't filming when I was doing, which honestly it's nice because when I film and I've got, because I usually have the camera like right here, so I have to sit up like very straight and keep away versus when I'm like, you know, down super close. Hi, Mona. Thank you. Hi, Callie. Yeah, when I'm down super close, I can get, you know, a little bit more precise. But anyway, I'm really pleased with the colors on here. Like I said, it was these ones. And speaking of the Staedtler fine liners, that's what I'm thinking. Like if I do darker browns, that may cover it up, or at the very least, I can just add a few more spots. Because I mean, I'm going to make all the leaves different. They're not going to be the exact same, but I'll make it work. But if you have, and mine actually looks a little bit different. I'll explain that in a second. So if you have the Staedtler fine liners, I finally redid this color chart. For ages, I've been using one where the colors were placed like all willy-nilly, and it was driving me nuts. Yeah, Dee, I might have regretted it once I started it because like I was thinking, oh, it's a nice small page. It won't take very long. And here I am 2 days in and I have now finished the dots. But that's the thing, like with the Facebook thing, I've been posting like almost every day or every other day because I have the videos banked. But I'd like to think that most people know that like art isn't going to be done like that. Like it's gonna, Facebook really, when you are behind the scenes and it says, oh, you should try to post 2 to 3 reels a day, and I'm like, 2 to 3 reels a day? I'm an art content creator. I don't, my hands would fall off. Like, no, I'll do one maybe, and then a couple days go by and then another one. I'm like 2 to 3. What would I even, I don't even know. I don't even know. Wait, RSI, what's RSI? Oh, nonsense. You can't ruin it. The whole important thing is if you're having fun. Oh, Marilyn. Why don't I see Marilyn's name? Hold on. Oh, there you are. Hi, Marilyn. Sorry, I totally missed your name. Yes, especially if you're doing like white dots, you can get this whole, oh, repetitive strain injury. Yeah, probably. That's the other thing is I do have to do it like, because my fingers will get stiff as well. But either way, I'm excited to see it finish because we have like this nice dark kind of bold, well, dark on the outside, kind of bold background, and then I'll do the browns on the inside. But if you have the 60 count fine liner, I did rearrange this and you'll notice that I put an updated thing. So any of the color charts I've done recently, I've started putting the date on them because for instance, the Artezas that I have, I got my Artezas a long time ago. Yeah, but I have rheumatoid arthritis, so mine gets so stiff after a while. What was I saying? Anyway, the chart was, oh yeah, so I do the updated thing because I have the older Artezas and later they changed their color names and their color orders. And so my my color chart on my website doesn't work. Yeah, color chart dates. Yeah, it doesn't work for like the newer sets of them. It was indeed. You are correct. So anyway, so I've been starting to put the dates on them so you guys know, like, oh, okay, well, this chart was done, you know, a little while too. Let's see. Oh, you absolutely should. We're coming up on Christmas again. But anyway, the point is, I've updated the chart, and by updating meaning I put them in order. But here's the thing that I realized. So as I was doing this, do you buy color journals? I never really have. No, because I mostly make my charts and stuff. I mean, I'm terrible as it is, like writing down color names and everything. That's why a lot of times I'll just leave stuff out so I can do the list. Because lately I've been putting the color names and numbers on the reels for these ones, and people have really seemed to enjoy that. So there are the 60 count ones, and in the 60 count ones there aren't ones that you can purchase, like I think on Blick there's like a handful of ones you can purchase for singles, but I have a couple drawers of fine liners because over the years I've gotten small sets. I think I've only gotten one of the 60 count, but that's the other thing, is I keep going back to these ones because they are so good. Good morning, Taylor. They are so good because they never dry out. I have maybe just a couple that have dried out. It's only because I've used them a ton. So these are a smattering of all of the older ones that I've had over the years. And these all still have ink, but at some point, like my first set, I was like, oh no, what if it's gonna dry out? And so I had gotten myself a backup set. And then I had got sent a couple of them. So I have a bunch of extras for the smaller sets, but not necessarily the large 60 sets. So what I did when I did this, because I've had them all mixed in these 3 boxes, so I finally sorted them out and I got all of the 60 count ones separated. But the thing of it is I've had like some pencils that like get lost a little bit or whatever, or not pencils, markers. And a couple of these, like I couldn't find for the life of me until I was reorganizing the bookcase and I realized a couple of them had fallen behind some cases. But anyway, so I have them all now, but through all of that, I realized I had this one. Now this one is not this little chart that I have here. I marked this as my personal one because this one here, it's not actually number 302. It doesn't have a number because the older ones don't have numbers. The newer ones have numbers printed on the side. They're kind of hard to see. I don't know if you guys can see there. Okay, there you go. Do you see that little engraving right there where it says 016? So that's on all the newer ones. The newer ones are numbered, but the older ones aren't. So like at one point I numbered them myself. Let's see, is it gonna be in focus? Maybe not. I numbered them myself with just permanent markers. So these are from like the very first ones that I got. But this is why mine is a little bit different, because as I was going through the grays and trying to find out what went where, I realized I had a gray that wasn't in the original 60 set. I'm wondering if this is a color that they discontinued. So I just gave it a number myself. I just named it 302 because I knew I wanted it after 301. So it's not actually 302. And like I said, the ones on the website doesn't have this. If for some reason you're watching this and you're like, oh wait, I do have that one, and you want this one where it's actually 61 colors because this one random gray, let me know and I can share this one with you. But I was just like, I know this is the case for me, but I don't know if everybody else is the same. So needless to say, I have one additional one that must have been in the older sets, and I've got like 3 of those. So I was like, okay, cool. And one of the cool things about it is that it's actually kind of a bluish gray, versus these ones, we've got like a warmer one. Anyway, but the other thing to keep in mind that I realize is an issue with these markers, and you'll get this a lot, especially you'll know it if you watch Sarah Renee Clark's video on light fastness. It is difficult to find light fast markers. They will fade. So one of the issues with the chart that I made for myself years ago when I first got these is that the colors on the chart were not accurate anymore, because the more that these, like if I were to take this and put it up in my window over here, these would fade pretty well quickly in relative terms for artwork. So my recommendation is, if you have these, it would probably be a good idea that maybe like once a year or so you redo your color chart, because these I can't actually find my old chart for it. I think I must have tossed it because it was like, well, this isn't accurate anymore. But these had faded significantly and they were not true to the actual colors, like at all. So if you have the fine liners, and really I think it goes for any markers, and your chart, you know, gets light or whatever, it does fade over time. And so if you're also doing this, you know, magnanimous art piece, maybe rethink using markers for it just because it does fade over time. But anyway, that was the case I found with this, which was another reason why I wanted to redo the chart, because like I need to have an accurate idea of what these colors are. Big pencil case, I mixed 3 makes in normal rainbow, but I fancy doing this chart. Yes, it's honestly, I love it. Again, because my previous color chart wasn't accurate anymore because everything had faded. Hi, Steve. If anybody doesn't know, let's see. He has a command, right? Exclamation point, Steve. Better. There it is. There it is. But yeah, so this is up on the website now. Like I said, it's the regular 60 count. It's not one that's all cattywampus. But if you want the cattywampus one, which I'm not going to lie, my OCD is not thrilled about having one. I was like, how can I evenly divide 61 so that it's laid out? It wasn't going to happen. I'm having to accept the cattywampus color if I want this additional color in here. So like I said, I labeled it 302. It doesn't exist as 302. It doesn't have a number. And I haven't bought the 60 count in a long time. So who knows? Maybe they've even changed the colors more. Well, thank you, Steve, but I was wishful thinking. I wanted my columns and rows to be even. Anyway, if you want the cattywampus one, shoot me an email. I can send it to you. But the standard one with 60 count is on the website now, and it's all updated in the sense of I have finally fixed the color order because that drove me bonkers. Anyhoozle, that is where we're at for this. I don't know when I'll be able to finish it. I'm working on it a little bit, but like I said, I have my parents are visiting right now, so I'll probably do it a little bit in the evening. Hopefully have it out, you know, maybe in a few days or so. Hi, Bibliophile, welcome. So that is the update on the episode. So that is coming. All right, let's dive in. So, reminder to everyone, the Derwent drawing pencils, October 1st, all right? If you are in the UK and you want coupon codes, check out a little bit, yeah. Check out Suzanne Berry. Okay, her Instagram, I think she has a short on her YouTube also that has the coupon code. Okay, Suzanne Berry, Color with Claire, both of them have coupon codes for the new big set of pencils in the UK. And then Lindsay Frugal Crafter, she's based in the US and she has a coupon code. Hers, I'm going to be using hers because hers is linked to Derwent US and it's 30% off. I don't know what the price of the pencils are going to be just with tariffs and everything, because I know like Cult Pens, they're including, from what I've heard, they're including the tariff price in the cost. So if it's done the way I think it's done, you shouldn't get any additional tariff costs. And I think it's listed as $211. I think, don't quote me on that. I haven't double checked it myself. I'm going off what other people have told me. I'm going to be purchasing mine in the US because if Steve did the math for me, and if the price of the pencils, if you guys don't know, Derwent is putting out a larger set of the Derwent drawing pencils. We are all over the moon about it. It's going to be a 72 count. This is a 24. People have been asking for a larger set for ages. Anyway, so new 72 count of the Derwent drawing pencils. Collaborated with on Instagram? No, I did. Well, I made videos. It was actually this one here. It was a video of me filling in this chart, and then it was the video of me doing... Which page? This page here. This was done with them. And Derwent reached out to me and said, hey, can we use your video to post on social media? And I was like, well, heck yeah. So anyway, they've been posting my videos, but I didn't collaborate with them for the new pencils. Yeah, I'm not sure. So I'm probably going to order them directly from Derwent US because I don't know if there will be a delay a delay from like Amazon or Blick or whatever else, and I want to get them as fast as I can. Now, if it pops up, that's the thing though. So like I was saying, if it's the same price per pencil that these are, theoretically, and I don't know if the prices will go up or not, because, you know, prices everywhere, but theoretically, a set of the 72 should be around $150-ish. Again, don't quote me on that, because I'm only saying that based on what the price per pencil for the 24 set is now. So that's part of the reason why I don't want to order from Colt Pens, just because if I can avoid that extra tariff charge, that would be fabulous. So that's the price that I'm hoping it's going to be. What I actually have is I put the 24 set in my cart, and I have Lindsay's video bookmarked, so that, because her coupon code doesn't go active until October 1st. So anyway, whether you're in the US or UK, there should be, if you find the right people, so you know, you've got Claire and Suzanne for the UK, and you've got Lindsay for the US. So check out theirs, because like I said, Lindsay's is a 30% off coupon. And if I'm already spending, you know, $150 plus tax or whatever, 30% is really flipping nice. So anyway, October 1st, check out their videos, and you should be able to get all the information that you need for it. And then, I think I put mine away, I already made a new color chart for the 72 count, and that is on my website. And if you guys aren't familiar, all of my color charts on my website are for free. There's even some free downloads and some little free worksheets and everything. So I don't like run ads or anything. It's legitimately just a page I set aside on my website that is just like, hey, here's a massive list of color charts. But there is an updated one for the Derwent drawing that has the 72. So anyway, needless to say, I'm really excited, and I will be clicking buttons so fast on October 1st. Okay, all right, let's move the markers to the side. Sorry, that was a lot to talk about. I absolutely cannot wait until those pencils are released. Like, and as it is, like, I'd been debating about getting another set for a while, because some of mine are starting to get a little smaller than I'd like them to be. I know, right? So many art supplies, so little time. But because, did the music stop? Oh no, it's just super, super quiet. Yeah, so we don't have the bigger set yet, obviously. So we are not yet. You're not going to find them online yet. I think maybe Colt Pens did a pre-order, but I checked, right, Taylor? I checked the website this morning, the Derwent US, and it's not listed on there yet. So I just assume everything's going to go up on October 1st. Like I said, I want to be able to use the coupon code. I don't know what the price is going to be on Amazon. Thank you. But I will keep you all posted. When I order mine, I'll probably like make that a post or something and be like, oh my gosh, it's live. Order, people, order. Like when it was speculated that it was coming out, I told Steve, I was like, all right, look, we can make it an early Christmas present if we need to, but I'm getting these. Please. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in and get some color in. I mean, we're 30 minutes in already. I want to get, hi Jen, lurking watching my TV in bed with a headache. Oh, rest up. Oh my gosh, those suck so much. So we're going to get jumped in on here. I have an image on my computer where I pulled up different color pumpkins, because I mean, pumpkins aren't just orange. There is a wide range of colors, which is great because that's what I want to do. There's some different shapes that hold with different colors. Oh, why did that hide it? There we go. But yeah, I see. So we're going to work on this one. This one is one of my illustrations, so you can find this one. I have it pinned up in the chat. Let's see, is it over there? Ish. Anyway, I have it pinned at the top of the chat. That is in my Etsy shop. And like I said, this is what we're going to be coloring. Oh, I'm so excited, Durbin. Like every time we've used these, I'll be like, hey, Derwent, we'd really love it if there was a bigger set. Honestly, like we need, yes. Oh, I have ice pack headbands. Honestly, like I've got this whole regimen because I get headaches like nearly every day. And I'm like, okay, we got to tick everything off the list. Oh, nice. But yeah, I have been so excited. We buying these pencils. Yeah, absolutely. I'm like, well, and I haven't purchased new art supplies because I haven't needed any for a while. So I was just like, please, sir, can I have some more? All right, let's go ahead and get started on a little bit of color in here. So last time we were here, we did a white pumpkin with a little blue mushroom cap. We've got an orange pumpkin with some leaves. Let's go ahead and work on this one. And I think I want to do, looking at like the different patterns of the pumpkins, I think Derwent member survey a while ago, that was my feedback. Expand the drawing set. Yes. Oh, every time. I've said it every time. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do one of the pumpkins that has like, it's kind of green and orange. Oh, heat pad on the back of the neck. You know, I've done that also. Yeah. Thing is for me, my headaches don't get better when I lay down. Like I just have to like power through them most of the time and I'm just kind of used to it, but still. All right. So if I want to do a green and orange pumpkin, only currently, that's the thing, is I kind of hoping that we don't finish this page and that we get to touch up certain spots with new colors by the time it gets here. But I don't know how long the shipping's going to take. So fingers crossed. Anyway, so the green pumpkins that I'm looking at usually have a much darker kind of rich green. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a combination of olive earth, ink blue, and we'll definitely grab some black. And if you like, if you just go to Google and type in like pumpkin colors or different color pumpkins or whatever, that's kind of what I did. So you'll be able to see kind of what we're working with. And then the orange for these pumpkins aren't like a super rich orange like this one. It's more of like a yellow orange. So for us, I think what we'll do is we're going to do very light Mars orange on how to do shadows. Well, I mean, we'll cover it. We'll cover it on here when we do it. It kind of just depends on what you're coloring and what kind of vibe you're going for. You could do black. You could do like a complementary color. There's a lot of different things that you can do. But we'll be covering some shadows here because this leaf that I drew is kind of acting as like a roof of sorts. Just imagine a fairy's like, oh yes, it needs a leaf head. Oh no, Durbin, have they at least found something that gives you a little bit of relief? Oh, it's so hard. Like we know so little about migraines and it's just like, why? Like I have a friend who also suffers from migraines and she gets the auras. Honestly, I'm very grateful that I don't get the auras, but gosh, when it just knocks you off your feet. Let's see. Oh, Carol. Oh yeah, I did say it. Let's see. Thera ice compression hats for migraines the best. I had two. There's always one ready in the fridge. Yeah, I have a few. So like I'll rotate them out when one starts to melt. I think I have like 4 of them in the fridge. But yeah. With a bunch of specialists. Well, that's at least, you know, good that they're willing to work with you on that. Okay, so when you look at the little green pumpkins, they don't quite have these same lines, so we're going to kind of make it work for us. So we're going to be doing like our kind of green color where the lines are. So let's go ahead and do a little zoomy zoom. Now, when you purchase this page, I put away the other one, but when you purchase this page, there are 4 downloads that you'll get. You'll get 2 JPEGs and two PDFs based on, you know, what you feel more comfortable with printing off. Some people prefer PDFs, some people prefer JPEGs, but what you're going to get is one of the files is going to be fully black lines for your page. The other thing that I've decided I'm going to start doing, because I like to lighten my lines as it is, I also add a file that has these lighter lines. So this is about at 35% opacity. So it's nice and light and the lines don't stand out nearly as much once you color them on top. So, because we might actually end up adding a bit more shadow to like these creases of the white pumpkin too. So, like I said, we're going to go ahead and start with the olive earth, and we're just gonna kind of color block in our lines for the pumpkin. When you look at those green pumpkins, it's not a solid line. It's kind of, it's not even squigglies. Like it's definitely like straight up and down kind of pattern. So that's what we're going to kind of sketch in to begin with. It's just real light. And then we'll be darkening up our lines a bit. And it doesn't have to be a perfect line. It's kind of shaped differently a little bit here. Okay, and we will just go up. Let's see. If the music's too loud, by the way, let me know. Oh, I just had a thought. No, you know, we'll wait for October. I have a whole album of music that I play around Halloween time, but I will wait till October until I bust out the Halloween music. Right? Seriously, little pumpkin apartment complex. I'm down with it. We've talked about it before about how it would be hilarious, like if we had a colorist's compound, right? Like we've all got these random skills, whether we can raise chicken, make our own butter, which I can. Can you imagine how fun it would be if we just had like a, it's like, all right, apocalypse comes. We're all getting together and we are having a colorist compound and we're all going to live there and we're going to crochet and grow our own food. And while the apocalypse is raging outside, we'll just stay inside and color and craft and eat our homemade butter. They say, take it easy, be more active, lose weight, eat better. Very, right? A little bit. Take it easy, but make sure you be more active. It's like, oh, okay. Artist you get exactly. Do you decorate your front door and give sweets? We do. So the kids are young enough that we still take them out trick-or-treating. So what we've been doing is we actually were one of those houses that leave like a bowl of sweets outside, but we definitely decorate the front. Last year I made a fairly large paper mache spider that wasn't going to last to this year, so it definitely got tossed. But I'm gonna see if I can do a bit more of a survivable spider this year. The kids keep seeing those giant spider webs that people like hang off their awning, and it's kind of like a triangle shape, and I think they want one of those. Yep, make soap. Exactly, Jennifer. I'm telling you, like between all of us, we would be able to survive just fine. Yeah, Shannon, that's what I've been thinking here. It's just so dang hot all the time. Although it's funny, yesterday was like 92. Kids got out and they're like, oh, this is pretty great. This is wonderful weather. Oh. Yeah, but like I said, my parents are here this week. Guys, they're bringing over the sewing machine today. They're bringing over the sewing machine today. The one that has been at my mother-in-law's house for like a decade. She's been very kindly babysitting it. But my parents were up that direction and what did Dad say? 1,200 miles? He brought that sewing machine 1,200 miles for me, and I am beyond grateful. And so I don't have a, like, I kind of have a spot where I'm going to put it, but I want to like set up a whole little like sewing corner with it. And so I'm gonna work on making it its own little spot. But if you guys missed it, it's an old pedal sewing machine that is functional. My mom actually made a whole like Victorian era dress that she wore in a fashion show. It was super cool. Anyway, yeah, so that they passed that on to me when they kind of downsized and everything. And so my mother-in-law has been so kindly babysitting it. They went through and saw my siblings before they headed down here, and one of my older sisters, she called me and was like, can I buy it from you? I'm like, no, absolutely not. This is mine, and I want it, and I have been waiting for it. My mother-in-law didn't babysit it for a decade for nothing. Let's see. I used to get 200 door knocks, drives my dog bonkers, so last year I hid and sent those out. You know, that's fair, though. It's like, it's the same thing with 4th of July. Like, dogs get really stressed out with that and everything. But they're pretty excited. Oh, speaking of costumes, hang on. I know you guys asked last time if I had worked on Little Emmy's costume, because actually, Little Steve's costume is right out here in the hallway. Let me grab it real quick. I'm gonna show it for you guys. You guys, it sounds a little echoey because I'm in the other room. I think he's got his hat elsewhere. But some of you know, Little Steve wants to be a trash can for Halloween. Like, legitimately, and he won't let me do anything to it. I convinced him to let me put like some fairy lights on the inside, because what he wants to do is when he goes trick-or-treating, he wants to get down in his trash can and then have the lid on and then pop out when they do trick-or-treat. So, legit Rubbermaid trash can. And I have some some suspenders here that they're held in with like screws and washers. So it's not just like hot glued in the trash can. I can't see chat, but I'll look in a second. Here, let me see if I can. So he's got these little suspenders. I cut out the bottom and then I put, I don't know if you guys can see, maybe? Yeah, I guess you can see it here. Where it's black here, there's black felt all along the bottom so he doesn't hurt his legs on it or anything. And then the lid is attached to a hat, and so he's gonna wear that, and he wants to be a trash can. But like I said, he let me put LED lights in it. So let's see. 200 trick-or-treaters, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's hilarious. But here's the thing. The reason I keep begging him, can I do anything else to it, right? My daughter wants to be like a dragon forest sprite thing. Think forest, think dragon, and put them together, right? So I'm making her this whole costume. And in fact, I have worked on it. So we have the tail, and I have it segmented. So you see where there's kind of little areas there. So the material itself is sewed down the middle so that when she walks, the tail actually moves. So we've got fabric under here, and I actually stuffed them with leftover foam from Little Steve's Duolingo costume last year. And then I have craft foam here that I painted. I've got so much craft supplies from when I collaborated with Arteza for those Halloween videos. And so like, I've got glow in the dark paint, I've got fabric paint, all the things. So we've got foam on the outside, and then this will get tied around her waist. I haven't worked on her dress yet. And then we were gonna do horns, but they ended up being too wide. So this is her, let's see, this is her little hat, but a lot of these bumps on here, they're glow in the dark fabric paint. And so at her school, when they have their costume contest, they have black lights. So her little hat here should reflect that and light up with it. And like I said, I still have, you know, a ton of other stuff to do. The tail, no, it's not at all. And it's mostly because it's literally just foam, but the little bit of weight that it does have, because I was afraid it wouldn't swish as much. So I had initially taken, you know, I've got this jar of agates and rocks that I got from the beach in Oregon. Yeah, it's fun. So I initially thought, okay, you see, we got a little like, we got fake leaves that I put like gold glitter paint on. No, not for the dog. No, we don't have a dog. We have a number of cats and then the children. But I was afraid it wasn't going to swish as much because she really wanted an impressive tail. So I had actually put a few pebbles in the bottom. Not a lot, just enough to give it a tiny little bit of weight. No, it was a weapon. I had to open up the stitches and take the rocks out. I'm like, it doesn't take many pebbles for this thing to become injury worthy. So it's stitched into sections, it's got foam, and then we've got, you know, the individual little foam scales that are glued on, and then we've got these large ones. So then what's gonna happen, I'm in my zone when I do this though. Like we were having a little bit of a stressful week last week, and Steve, you know, he's like, you doing okay? I'm like, I'm good. I'm in my crafty zone. I'm fine. So to blend this in with the dress, I'm going to do another set of this kind of scale. So it'll go on the back and this will go kind of under it. And then I've got some flowy fabric and everything. The only thing that I haven't fully planned out, one, I need to figure out the shoe situation. I'm thinking you can get really inexpensive kind of just like canvas shoes at Hobby Lobby. It only needs to last her the night. So I'm thinking I'm going to get that and then do up the shoes to match it. And then I'm still brainstorming the wings because I want them to be able to open for her. But then this is why it's hilarious, because here we have full level cosplay forest dragon thing that is taking weeks to do. And then the other kid is trash. I'm just like, I really hope no one judges us when we're walking down the sidewalk. Oh my gosh. So I have just been begging him. I'm like, can I add anything to your trash can? And he has strongly said No, he doesn't want anything to it. Like I said, I convinced him with the lights on the inside. And part of that is because we realized years ago, it is a lot easier to keep track of our kids if they're lit up during trick or treat. So the more lights I can add to the children, I'll probably add lights to her wings, honestly. And in my crafting fever dream hyperfixation, for half a second, I was like, how could I include dry ice to make it smoky? And then I was like, what the hell am I doing? I'm not adding dry ice to my kid's costume. Like I said, I was going a little overboard, but I was just like, please let me make your trash can pretty. Should do a vinyl sign to the outside, like, give a hoot, don't pollute. No, and I even asked him that. I was like, do you want me to like paint pretend graffiti? Do you want me to glue fake trash to the outside? And he was like, no, he doesn't want anything. Let you age the trash can a bit, right? Give out glow sticks. Oh, that's good. Wire with a fly at the end. It should bounce around. That'd be hilarious. Oh, that would be hilarious. But see, then again, it would be sus. Like this kid, he legitimately wants to prank people so that when they open their door, he's going to be inside of his trash can and it'll just look like a trash can. And if I keep asking him to add things, he's going to get annoyed. Like, mother, I said nothing. I want my trash. And that is it. So it's definitely, but the thing of it is he does this every year. Like he ever since he was old enough to choose his own costumes, he always chooses something hilarious and it's always a hit. Like his earliest one where he was like legitimately like, hey, I want this. It was a hot dog. Then he was a traffic cone. Then he was the inflatable T-Rex, you know, those brown costumes. Last year he wanted to be Duolingo, which you guys saw that one last year if you were here. I'll have to pull it out somewhere. He still wears it around the house. There was Duolingo, and then this year he wants to be a trash can. Oh, HC, I just saw that, but that's funny. Right? He's a little like, he loves making up jokes. Like he's a little comedian and I love it. They did a presentation at school, like a play or whatever, but he got to go do his own original jokes and he absolutely loved it. But like I said, he's on point every year. Like everyone thinks that he is just the funniest thing. They also at school for like the school Halloween parade though, they usually tell the kids to do book characters. And so if I can find him a pinstripe suit, he really likes the book, The Phantom Tollbooth. So if I can find him a pinstripe suit, he was showing interest in wanting to be the Terrible Trivium. He's a little spooky looking. We don't really do a ton of scary stuff around here, so that's about the extent of it. I actually haven't read it, but he loves the book. So I was just like, okay, I could work with that. You need a pinstripe suit, a bowler hat, and then I could make him like a little mask or something. Anyway, yeah, so that might be our backup. And if I can put more effort into that one, I'll feel a little bit better sending him out in trash. All right, so now we're gonna do ink blue. Oh, I forgot to put the headphones in. So Halloween is always a highlight for us over here. They're gonna invite their friends. We're all gonna go trick-or-treating together, and then, you know, we'll bring the kids back and they can sort out their candy loot and everything else. The neighborhood that we live in, people usually go like all out in their garages. Right? Yeah, glow sticks are great. They go all out in their garages, and so it's like the full-on experience. Like somebody even had like a mini haunted house. The kids were too nervous to go through it last year, and let's be honest, I was a little bit too. I can't do haunted houses. Like they freak me out. Is Derwent wax or oil? I use Prisma. These are more similar to a wax pencil, but these are definitely a significant upgrade from Prismacolor. They are softer than Prismacolor, and they're significantly pigmented. They're definitely a professional grade color pencils. So if I had to choose, like, yeah, I guess it's kind of similar to Prismacolor, but yeah, they are a wax-based pencil. But I'd like to think that these will be like, you know, he'll have memories of his most epic costumes and whatnot. And I think this one will definitely take the cake for sure. And then they want us to dress up this year too. So I actually have it over here. I got one of those styrofoam heads when I was making little Emily's costume. So I made myself a little mushroom hat. It's not quite as tight as it would be in the area. The pattern actually ended up being a little bit bigger for my head, and I already took it in some places, but it works for it. So I am planning on, here, we'll put it right here. You can watch us. I'm planning on doing this kind of like mushroom thing for myself. Keeping the costume after Halloween. His costume? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, eventually we'll run out of room for his costumes. But here's the thing, is that it's not like he just wears it one and done. He has fun wearing these like all year. We'll call them down for dinner and he'll come down and he's in his Duolingo costume. And I was like, all right, cool. At least he's getting some use out of it. So yeah, we've always kept costumes. When the kids were younger, like, you know, they dressed up as Paw Patrol and everything. And we just kept those in their dress-up box and they would still play with them. So yeah, most definitely. And with that, with little Emily's dragon tail, I have it as a tie because she got inspired for this costume because when she was 2, I made her another dragon costume. She actually got 2nd place in a city costume contest. So she had seen pictures of it recently. And the fun fact is some of the material that I used on her costume when she was 2, I got it from Hobby Lobby and they still had it. So I'm using some of the same material. How do I do that? I can't remember. Oh, there should be a join button underneath, but I think also membership? Maybe? But if you go down on your chat, I think there's, or like just on, there it is, perfect. Okay, you can click on that link too. And thank you. Yeah, we'll have a new coloring page that is coming out next month. We've got one, I think this month was it the Mushroom Lighthouse, I believe? So I released that one. And then, yeah, we'll have a new one coming out next month as well. I had somebody ask if I do, like members only or subscribers only, like subscribers for Instagram, like videos or streams, but I've never really done like the exclusive videos. I mostly just do the videos here, but the perks to like doing memberships here and everything, you get the free downloads, you get the emotes, and you know, you acknowledge that you're awesome people helping supporting what I do so I can keep doing it. Okay, so now we're going to go, like I said, for a more yellowish orange. So we're actually going to grab the yellow ochre. Carol, yay! Welcome, welcome. Don't make any costume. My 15-year-old just pulled out his Moon Knight costume 4 years ago for a video class he's taking in school. That's awesome. Oh, Jeanette, why didn't I think about that? I have a ton of elastic. That's a really good idea. I'm gonna write that down and I'm gonna put the sticky note on the little mannequin's face. Why didn't I think of it? See, this is what we are. We're like a think tank here. You guys like get the outside view. So we're gonna do elastic, exclamation point. There we go. I showed it and we're going to, it's on her nose now. I'll see that. I've just done my how to blend demo in Prisma. I love them. Interesting to know the others. Clearly you rate them. Yeah, well, the Prisma colors are great. I'm just talking about like in comparison to this. And in fact, I have a video, a Let's Talk video. There's a whole playlist of Let's Talk videos and I cover Prisma colors and whatnot. But I don't know, maybe I should do, I mean, like I said, it's not something like the Derwent is sending. So it wouldn't be like a Derwent like required, video for the pencils, but maybe I could do a video after I get them, or maybe just like even a reel, like keep it short but still go over them. I mean, we already know how much we love them. I was watching Claire's and she had a pencil that was breaking a lot. They're very soft leaded pencils, so I think it was probably a fluke, but yeah, she's got, like I said, if you're curious about the new set at all, Suzanne just has a little video. She didn't, I don't know if she's planning on doing like a full review or anything, but Claire has a full review video, and then Lindsay's video is a live stream. So if you go to her channel and you're looking for it, make sure that you click on her live tab and her video will be up there. Okay, so we've got our colors kind of mapped in. Now we're going to get them a little bit heavier. So we're going to go in with the Olive Earth. Okay. And now I can feel comfortable to kind of go over into, we're going to be using a little bit of orange, but not a ton. 20 hours to upload. Do you live somewhere that has a slower internet speed? Or did you like film it at like a super like high quality like frames per second? Oh, Lindsay Frugal Crafter, Shannon or one of the mods, do you guys want to grab a link to Lindsay's video? Because she's also fabulous. She's the Frugal Crafter because she'll help you, well not, she makes videos on like where to find good deals on storage and like art supplies in general. She's really, really a joy to watch and is a fabulous addition to anybody's list of videos. Oh, fun. What was your like favorite project that you taught on? Must be Claire because it says my upload time. Yeah, that's a really long time. So we have fiber optic internet, so it goes pretty fast. So like my little reels that are only like 3 minutes max, it's usually 3 minutes or less, takes less than 5 minutes to upload. But yeah, I would think it's probably the your upload speed. In fact, what you can do if you want to check to see how fast your internet is, if you Google internet speed test, it's actually just got a couple buttons right there on Google that you can click and it will let you know your upload speed. Not your download speed, but your upload speed. It's generally smaller. It's generally smaller than what your download is. Basically, your download speed is going to be like when you're watching live streams or you're streaming video in general. Hi, B. How are you? Awesome. Thank you, Kenny. So that's the link for Lindsay right there. Give her a follow because if you're not already, you definitely should be. And I say that because the other day, despite the fact that I just physically go and look at her videos, I wasn't subscribed to her. I'm like, oh my God, I've been watching her for ages. How did I miss that? Oh, I just knocked over my sharpener. Definitely a good addition to the repertoire of people to watch. But anyway, you can do an internet speed test and it will let you know how fast your upload is. So for a frame of reference, let's see, what is my, let's see, what is mine right now? I'm streaming, so I don't know if that will change it at all. So my download is 661.3 megabits. My upload is friggin' fabulous at, hang on, I'm still measuring, 183.5 for upload. So that's a really, really good upload. And we specifically paid for that level of internet because I live stream. When we lived at the at our apartment and we didn't have fiber optic, my upload was like 6, 8, 10 on a good day, which works for uploading videos. Just woke up, well, welcome, good morning. Get your morning beverage of choice and kick back. But yeah, so it's probably your upload speeds. Made you sign in again today. Yeah, that happens. Well, like I said, keep in mind that the prices on the Quilt Square shop have gone down pretty significantly. My parents are here visiting, so I have roped my mother in to help me add on like beads and charms and whatnot. So we'll be working on that because there is a beautifully long list. I love to see it. I can't wait for us to finally like put it all together. We've been working on this quilt for a couple years now, but I love the kind of memories that we've made with it. All right, let's go ahead and do, hi Topeka. Yeah, so it's here, it's here. They just arrived yesterday. And we saw them yesterday afternoon, right? Yeah, she's fabulous. So yes, they have the sewing machine. They're going to bring it over tonight, and Steve and my dad are going to unload it and bring it upstairs, and I'm so excited to show it to you guys next week. But yes, it is here. It made the trip. Halfway through the trip, my sister called me and tried to convince me to sell it to her, but I said, absolutely not. This puppy is mine. How do I know if I have a finished coat square? I can let you know. Let me see. Let me check real quick. Here, we can go here so you can see. So let's see. It was Maryland, right? Yes. Okay, yours is... Now, if you got charms last time, I haven't updated them since the last stream, but you currently have 6 charms on there. So unless you've got some listed here, let's see. Okay, yeah, so you have space, unless I have something in my email, I'll have to double check. But I would say you have space for 2 more. Does the color special effects? Oh, that's cool. Well, then that would make sense. Why am I holding this? This is a Crayola. That would make sense about the video upload. Okay, oh, I was using this Mars Orange. And we're going to be using our blender here shortly, but I'm going to go in just a little bit heavier because we need this to get much more vibrant. And usually these kind of pumpkins with the green in the middle, like it's not perfectly symmetrical. So feel free to get a little bit, you know, kind of sketchy with your pencils. Oh, well, nice to meet you, Helen. Oh, just me, that's fair. I redeemed in months. You probably have a fair amount, actually. Let me see real quick. Let's see. Yeah, you have 5,185. In fact, you would probably have enough to fill your square and start a new square. Because like I said, the prices have gone way, way down. And now's the time to do it because I'm roping Mama Illustrator in to help me finish off these squares. So, and you wouldn't have to do your name again on one if you wanted to. You could do someone else's name. You could do, you know, Tom Hanks, maybe. Aw, thanks. It's so funny though, you know, whenever you listen back to your own voice, you're like, oh my gosh. Little Emily has expressed a desire to have her own YouTube channel. They're not old enough to do it yet, but she's been talking about it a lot lately. They like to play Minecraft, so that's what they would stream. So just so she could get an idea of the work that goes into a video. Like obviously I'm helping her with editing and everything, but she has expressed that she would like to learn how to edit her own videos. I was like, okay, sure. So we loaded up a world the other day and we played for about 30 minutes and I recorded during that time. And then they both sat with me while we edited the video. And I could tell by the look on her face that she did not realize that it took that much time, especially if you are like adding in, you know, like sound effects or video elements or whatever else. And so she was a little overwhelmed, but I was like, you know, now that you have an idea of what we're doing, do you still, you know, is this something you still want to do? And she has decided that yes. So, so we'll be planning for that when she's older. She's a little disappointed that she can't be on regular YouTube, but I explained to her that it's like, well, until you're 18, any videos you were to make, they would need to be on kids' YouTube. And she's like, oh, she's a little disheartened. I'm like, well, you gotta wait till you're a little bit older and then we can do that. But she's excited because like I've got all the gear and I know how to record it and I can get her set up with my laptop. And so she's excited at the prospect. And I think it's adorable because it's kind of like, you know, she has seen me, you know, streaming and doing YouTube for years now. And it's like she's taking interest in my profession, you know? So it's pretty cute. We'll see if she still wants to do it. But if she does, I'm all for it. I did tell her that, like, I'm definitely going to be limited on how many videos I'm able to edit for her, but, you know, if she eventually learns how to edit for herself, that'd be cool. But the video we ended up making is about 10 minutes. It's not anything I'm going to share online. It was just a practice for her to get an idea of what it's like, but they each have the video on their phones and they keep watching it, and it's adorable. So, Mom, if you are listening, just so you know, they're going to want to show that to you today. So file away 10 minutes to watch their video. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Kenny. But they did have fun with it. I think that's one of the cool things too, is like, they know that I'm not like some out of touch parent or whatever. Like, I understand YouTube and I understand like streaming games and everything. So it's nice because when they ask me questions, like, they legitimately listen to what I have to say about the experience. Real big pumpkins for Halloween, like growing those giant ones, or like paper mache, or like the ones you can get at craft stores. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we have done so little. I keep talking. I guess that's one downside of only streaming once a week. I have like so much info to share with you guys when I come back. Maybe I need to like starting like a half an hour early or so we can get in all of our chatting and whatnot. Okay, so I'm using that yellow ochre again. And let's see, do I want to use the blender yet? You know what, I do. We're gonna go ahead and use the blender. Oh, that's awesome. Do you self-publish for them, Helen? Wanted to be a YouTuber, but by age 11, 12, that faded. Totally has no interest in it at 15, right? Oh, yeah. And we definitely do that. Steve doesn't find a ton of joy in carving pumpkins, but he usually, you know, carves something kind of funny. But the kids and I have fun with it. The only thing is, I'm the only one in our family that isn't horribly grossed out by the pumpkin innards. I definitely have the job of cleaning out everyone's pumpkins, and then we go from there. It's pretty hilarious. All right, so I am just using the Caran d'Ache blender to kind of, we're definitely eliminating the tooth, but I feel like it really makes colors pop. This isn't going to be a final color level either. Let's see. Yeah, doing a coloring book is definitely my radar. I've been thinking about it a lot the last couple of days, and I think in October I'm going to double down and really get, because I've been kind of waiting because I really want to make sure that the pitch that I'm planning on making to this specific publishing group, like, I wanted to have a really good impression. So I've been making sure that I have finished and colored illustrations to show them like the potential that they have. So your books are on Amazon. Nice. Let's see, let's sweep this away a bit. Well, we got some clouds over there. If this suddenly gets darker, it's because the weather is shifting. Okay, so let's go back in with our olive green now. We can go a little bit heavier. Maybe not that heavy, because I definitely didn't just crunch the lead there. Nothing. There we go. So you can see how much darker this is going to get. And we have not added the shadow from the leaf yet. Right now, we're just working on the pumpkin color here. Oh, for Barbara. Yeah, and Barbara has a book out too. It's fabulous. I don't know. I think Barbara's is just on Amazon France at the moment, right? Has hers been available on Amazon US yet? Again, with the tariffs, I'm hesitant to order anything from overseas unless the tariffs are, you know, clearly noted in the final price. But if it's available in the US, absolutely, I'd be all over that. But it's the French edition. See, I'm fine with that. That's what Google Translate is for. But if it's available on Amazon US, I'm going to need to, hang on, I want to write that down. I want to go look it up after stream. Let's see. Farmers. books. Yeah, because I was looking at them when they initially came out, but it was just the, no, it's not a coloring book. It's like a tutorial, like how-to kind of book. She didn't do some streaming for a while, and when she came back, she had said, oh, hey, this is what I've been working on. And we're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Because it is. But yeah, I think I want to try and have as many pages for what would be in the book done as possible. So I don't, you know, approach them and be like, okay, cool. Now you'll have the book in 6 months. You know, I think it would work better if I approached them with a finished book, but it just takes some time to get through it. In the meantime, I've been posting most everything in the Etsy shop as well. All right, we're coming along. You're starting to see just how kind of dark this is going to be. There she really is. Came across a Japanese illustrator on YouTube. She illustrates books using ink. It's published only in Japan. She doesn't speak English, but she is so good, right? You get you get a lot of those that are just like diamonds in the rough, and you're like, oh my gosh. There's a how-to technique in journal logging your work. See, I'm so bad with that. I love the idea of journals and planners and everything. And you know, I get a new planner. I'm like, yes, this will change my life. I will be organized from here on out. And by next week, I've forgotten about it because, you know, squirrel. I am easily distracted. Like, I've always had the best of intentions for coloring the pages on Johanna's calendars. I never get to it. Of mine? Well, I mean, I do have free downloads on the website, and I occasionally do giveaways. But as far as the book is concerned, I have no idea. It would all depend on who ends up publishing it, if I even get it published. Like, it's all very much up in the air right now. But I do have a connection. I just really want the presentation to be perfect, right? So that if they don't accept it, I'll know it wasn't necessarily because I failed in presenting it well. And it's just one of those things. But so far, any of the new pages that I've drawn or colored, they've either been available like to members, or they've been available on the Etsy shop. Okay, so now we're going to do ink blue. Just darkening that up just a bit. We're going to need to get this orange quite a bit darker too. But yeah, if you guys are interested in this page as it is, you can find this one in my Etsy shop. And then YouTube members and Instagram subscribers will have a new... I was thinking about doing like some mini, because you know, I've been doing, I mostly do like a lot of cute little fairy houses. And so I was thinking about doing some mini fairy houses that might be kind of like Halloween themed a little bit. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and let's grab the Mars Orange. Color special effects, oh fun. Okay, so now we're gonna do Mars Orange. And we're gonna go a little bit darker. I don't want it to be a fully orange pumpkin, so I'm just going kind of along the edge. And then we'll be going in with that yellow ochre. Yeah, because we still have the inside of the pumpkin to do, but we'll probably move on to the leaf and the stem when we're done with this part of the pumpkin. And we still have some shading to do as well. Some shading. That was a lot of SHs. All right, and then we're gonna do yellow ochre. There we go, getting a much richer color now. For our shadow color, I think we're probably gonna go with chocolate, but we're gonna go very light because it doesn't need to be a super dark shadow. But where I live here, they're going to be doing a art market, and it's all going to be Halloween themed. So, or, you know, fall themed or whatever. I'm excited to go check it out. And then, in about 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4.5 weeks, it is the festival, and I'm going to be doing the quick draw event and the 3-day plein air event. So I am excited for those. I'm a little out of practice. Before that happens, I meant to do it last week and then things got chaotic, but I'm planning on going out and doing some practice painting, and I may even do a practice painting sesh here since it has to do 2 hours, and that's how long our streams are. Oh no, Jeanette. Thanks. Right, I love that there's so many colors of it. Ooh, I love melons. Seriously, I have been on a watermelon kick like crazy, and I love them so much. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and use chocolate. So we're going to go out because the leaf maybe isn't on the pumpkin directly, and we're going to follow the curve of it as well. So rather than just a straight line across, just very lightly. Okay, I'm not pressing too hard because it is a very dark color. So we're going to build up our shadow color because it's going to be a lot more difficult to remove color than it is to add color. Why does one single pumpkin take me 2 hours? Because of this. So patience, patience for sure. Okay. So I'm going to still do this, but I need to follow the curve of the leaf as well. But I want to stay true to following the shape of the pumpkin itself. Okay, so we're going to do curve. Okay, there's going to be more shadow on this side. So I don't mind taking this down a little bit further. And in fact, I'm going to turn it and go that way. Are we still in frame? Yes, we are. Are we in focus? Okay, just double checking. How many of the pumpkin latte with spices? So I don't like do the Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, but what I do is I have just like the pumpkin spice, like little, you know, just think of pumpkin spices. And I usually sprinkle that if I'm making coffee for myself. Not when I'm making coffee for both Steve and I, but when it's just for myself, I'll sprinkle a little bit of that in. And I really enjoy that. That being said, I saw a recipe the other day for pumpkin cinnamon rolls. Now, obviously I'm gluten-free, so that complicates bready type matters, but I discovered, I stumbled across it on TikTok. It was a Japanese milk bread recipe, and I tried it, doing it a gluten-free version, and guys, it was actually like fluffy-ish. Way more fluffy than, I'm using black now, way more fluffy than like gluten-free bread that I've made before that doesn't have like a gajillion eggs in it. And I was just like, oh, okay. So I think I can tweak the recipe to work even better. And then I was like, okay, because usually when you make gluten-free bread, you need to add in more liquid than you would normally because even if you're using muffins and it's just like normal measure for measure, you want to add more moisture because the texture of the flour is just so much more dry. And so I think I have a way to combat that even more. But when you add pumpkin, that doesn't really mess with the recipe too much because you need that extra moisture anyway. So I was thinking about attempting some pumpkin cinnamon rolls this weekend because I can't do them during the week because I don't have the time for, you know, letting the bread rise and everything. Right, Helen? Oh, I didn't realize that. Anyway, so I'm thinking, you know, because you could do like a maple icing with it. That could be really good, right? All right, so now let's take our ochre and I'm going to try to blend this shadow that we did a little bit. I'm not pressing super hard, but enough so I can soften the lines just a bit. because I feel like if I used the blender to soften this, it would make it too dark. And actually, we need to add just a little bit more darkness here. Okay. There we go. I'm liking that. But we need, so we've got this door here. Now, how much light we put on here depends on, are the lights on in the pumpkin or off? So for these other ones, I've done it essentially on. Making me hungry, I'm sorry. So I think we'll do kind of the same thing. So let's take the green shadow, okay? And we're just gonna do just some subtle light here, okay? Very subtle. Okay, we'll do the same thing here. If you really wanted to get creative, you could add, like, you know, I've got a little bed and stuff up here, but you could add like little bits of furniture like in the doorways, because they're not actual doors. I just have like the carved part open. Let's see, let's actually grab the light sienna. I'm just gonna do that there. So, you know, it's kind of on in here. Let's go ahead and grab our yellow ochre for the inside portion. And then we're gonna do that here. And then we'll grab the warm earth. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot wait for these new pencils. I'm so excited. I actually, like, I did the color chart, but I just mostly looked at the names. I actually haven't looked too hard at the colors on Claire and Lindsay and Suzanne's, because I kind of want to like see the full effect of the colors for myself, like for the first time. So I'm excited. I know, and every time they throw in something, it's gross, yeah. Every time they throw in something new on YouTube, it's like, oh, okay, guess that's a thing now. There we go. And let's do a little bit more of that green shadow here. Okay. Go. And then let's grab some of our Mars orange, and I want to do just a little bit of that out on the outside of the door, not a ton. We could maybe throw in a little bit more of that olive green too. Because they allow and don't allow confuse me, right? Oh man, some of those, right? And then like they do areas where it kind of like shaves the front of it, so it just kind of like glows when it goes through. Yeah. Some of them just blow my mind. Okay, there we go. All right, now we're gonna add some more shadow to the left side over here. And in fact, let's start with black. Okay, because when we get a lot of these muted colors, it's very easy for things to get muddy really fast. So you wanna keep an eye on your shadows and contrast. And there's another cloud. I'm telling you, if we have quick like change in the light and how it's balanced here on the stream, it's the cloud's fault. My curtains are open and the clouds are wandering. Let's see, let's get some of that. What was it? It was the chocolate. We're just gonna do a little bit. Okay, and then let's grab that olive green. I'm gonna kind of blend that brown and black a bit. I had plans to make it so much further on this page today, but we just get started chatting because I love it. All right, let's do a little bit there. Okay, there we go. We'll have probably a little bit under this railing. Probably not next right under it, but probably under it just a bit, because this railing isn't exactly like pushing up against the house. Painting pumpkins and then carving them. Last year I did a Frankenstein Jack Skellington. Oh, that's so cool. Oh yeah, I've seen those ones. Yeah, carving them. Or if you're feeling really adventurous, you can carve the little ones, but oh, it's rough. All right, let's do the stem. So for a pumpkin stem, let me look at my reference photos here. Definitely got some kind of brown, some lighter colors. Let's start with the warm earth, okay? So we're going to do some here. And some of that. Okay, and then let's use wheat. Here we go, wheat. Okay. Let's use a little bit of the chocolate. Just adding some textures to the stem. Okay, let's add a little bit to the top of the stem here. Okay, let's grab the wheat again. Okay, we'll grab the warm earth. There we go. There we go. Let's grab the black. Wait, like the color cube cards? Oh, thank you, Jeanette. Welcome to our coloring family. Oh, absolutely. As long as you don't accidentally get AI. Like I was looking for a reference photo for the dinosaurs the other day and I pull up this, I'm like, oh, this is a cool looking video of Stegosaurus. And it wasn't after staring at it for a while that I realized that the Stegosaurus had 5 legs. I'm like, oh, well, that's not normal. All right, let's do a brown leaf for this one. So let's start with the, let's see, we'll grab the sepia red. Okay, and then take my ring off. My fingers are swollen a bit. So sepia red, and then let's get terracotta. Hi, Angela. How are you? Terracotta, and then let's get the brown ochre, and then probably wheat. So let's start with the sepia red. Okay, I'm gonna turn this just a bit here. Okay. Now you can also like look up pictures of dried leaves and everything, but I wanted to do a brown one instead because we already have some green leaves up here. The pumpkin's kind of a green already, so I'm hoping that this will kind of stand out a bit more than a green leaf would, because we don't have a ton of options for green colors. So when you have a limited color palette, it's great to kind of think outside the books and what can blend. So like that pointillism one too, I'm trying to use just these 2 color palettes. I might add a few more browns, but that means that all of the fish and the leaves and everything, I will need to get a bit creative with it. Okay. All right, so bring this up. And this is just that sepia red. But I think we're probably going to make this leaf fairly dark. I'm going to leave this for now because this underside I think I will make lighter. So that was the sepia red. Now we're going to go in with the terracotta. Okay, and what we might actually do is I'm just going to add like a few texture spots. Trying not to do rows, you know, I need to do them randomly. Okay, then we'll go in with some more terracotta on this side. Okay, we'll throw in a little bit more texture, just a bit there. Maybe some over here. Okay, and then we're gonna go in, do I wanna do wheat? Do I wanna do something else? Actually, let's grab the warm gray. I think warm gray would be good. Oh wait, what about Helen? I totally missed it. Oh, want me to publish? Yeah, I'd love to. Oh, let's start poking through the gray. Right, a little cozy hat for the pumpkin. Helps with the rain. It's okay. Yeah, YouTube's fighting that. I'm out of water, guys, and I'm not going to last the next 30 minutes without it. So I am going to go grab some more water. I will be right back, okay? Okay, I'm back. At least I know I'm always very well hydrated whenever I stream because I usually run out of water. Oh, you were saying we want, oh yeah. That's the hope, man. That's the hope. All right, so let's see, warm gray. A coloring book would be wonderful, but I don't want to go through Amazon. I want to go through somewhere where I can get, you know, really good paper, maybe spiral bound, like Maria Troll, Hannah Carlson level book. Nikki, thank you. Welcome to our little coloring family. Yeah, that would be fabulous. And I do have a potential opening for a publisher, but I'm just working on the presentation for it because, like I said, if this is like my one chance to do it, I want to make sure that it's like top of the line. Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is you need to have a style that stands out because there's also one, there's a lot of coloring book artists out there, and two, AI coloring pages are just like taking over. So that's why I want to make sure that if I do put one out and put all that work into it, I'm using wheat now, I want to make sure that it is high quality and can stand on its own against all of that. Okay, so we're doing wheat. Let's go ahead and grab our blender. Need rooms for flu patients. Oh no! Okay, so we're going to use the blender here. Obviously that sepia red is really standing out, so we're going to be adding some more layers to this. And some shadows on the leaf cast by the stem, obviously. Trying not to get the blender on anywhere that I haven't colored yet. Okay. Oh, so many, so many. And the overflow, oh my gosh. Right, yes, Angela, that would be my dream, honestly. I started toying with, we're gonna use chocolate now. I started toying with what I want the front cover to be, but I'm also trying to be cognizant of this particular company. I'm not saying who it is yet, because if it follows through, then it's not gonna matter at all. But this particular company, I've been trying to look at what other kind of books they publish and what, you know, are the similar like style of their book covers. So I've been trying to keep an eye out for that too, so that if I present them with a book cover, it's something that aligns well with how they do it all. Oh, Nikki, thank you. Welcome to our little colorist collection here. You now have access to all of these handy dandy, I'm gonna click them all, channel emotes you get to use during stream. Oh my gosh, there it is. All those handy dandy emotes. And of course we have a monthly coloring download, so be sure you stop by the members, or you know, the community tab, where there should be a post there for members, and you can get this month's free download. And then there will be a new one on October 1st. May I ask what was lacking? Lacking for what? Oh, maybe a way to print your coloring pages on Coloring Bliss. Paper choices include tan and black as well as spiral bound. That could work. Oh, thanks, Jeanette. Gibbs Smith is in Utah? I don't know. I don't know. So here's redoing the color. I saw that. I saw that. I might look, I was thinking that maybe I wouldn't, but I might look into it. I might look into it because I was just like, it takes me a while to go through the color palettes anyway, but we use them on stream. We use them on stream. So I'm just like, maybe I need to take a closer look at them. I haven't, because I've had my eyes on the prize for the, you know, bigger set of pencils. I haven't really allowed myself to browse too much, but I don't know, for the channel, it might be worth it. Oh, using them as a publisher. So Gibbs Smith is pretty big, and they have pretty strict guidelines for publishing. And I'm sure that I could pull it together, but the one that I'm looking at is not quite as big as them. And I'm not gonna lie, applying to a Gibbs Smith is a little intimidating. That, like, for me, that's the equivalent of applying to Penguin, you know? Okay, so let's do some of the brown ochre. There it is. Because we're not just doing all one color. We can kind of do splotches of color, you know, here and there. Okay. Do that there. All right, so let's go ahead and use our blender again. Thanks, Angela. And did I say hi to you? I don't know if I did. Yeah, that's the hope. That's the hope. I definitely haven't put it aside. It's something, I mean, with my schedule and everything, it's hard to get as much drawn as I want to, but that's kind of just what I've been waiting for, is to get enough samples and finished colored pages. Like if we can finish this one in a timely fashion, this one's going to be included in it, so that I can show them as much as possible. Plus, having a following on social media already definitely helps. Okay, so let's do a little bit of wheat. Angela better be reading. What are you guys buddy reading right now? Oh, speaking of which, have I shown you guys, I know we're getting close to noon, but give me a second. Have I shown you the update for my shoes? Because Shannon, I think you're really gonna like what I'm gonna put on the other side. And let me see actually if I can add, let me see if I can add the picture, because it'll give you an idea of what it's going to look like. Hang on, let me grab it. Let's do, not media file. There we go, image. Okay, hang on. Okay. Add a new source. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna grab the file real quick because I want to show you guys what it's going to look like. So I've made myself kind of like a mock-up of the shoe that I want to do. Okay, so it's gonna pop up here huge. Give me a second. Give me a second. We're gonna make this way smaller. Hold on. Everybody's gonna be like, why is there a shoe on the screen? Because in my very few off hours, I have been slowly trying to complete these shoes. So what I did is I took a picture of the shoe that I'm working on and then I superimposed it. So those of you may know, this is the front cover for Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. So let's shift this over here. So I've been working on painting these shoes. Chuck Norris on some chucks, right? Okay, so the first side, and this one is done. This is the side that has the Hobbit, right? Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'll color in them for sure. This side is Doctor Who. There's some glow in the dark fabric paint on here. So I'm not doing this with acrylic. I'm using fabric paint, so it's more done. This one is not done yet, but those of you that are Marvel nerds might see where this is going. Like, these are just blobs right now. These are going to have a lot more detail. The people are going to have more detail. Oh, thanks, Josephine. So this is the portal scene. So I actually use fabric paint where it's glitter surrounding the portals. And then of course we've got all of the people and everything. But this one's a work in progress. It's not done. And then we have this side here. So this is going to be this. It's going to be the Way of Kings book cover on it. So when it's all done, I'm definitely going to make a short little video about it. But this will be for all my fantasy and sci-fi nerdy friends. So right. Oh, Keely, it's so good. You know, the funny thing is, first time I listened to it, like, I didn't quite pick up on everything. I've probably listened to it about 5 times now, and I feel like I'm still. What do you use to wash them off? Oh, nothing. This isn't coming off. No, this is permanent fabric paint. 100%. The other pair that I've done like this, I did embroidery, and this was originally embroidery, but I was just like, I want to do something different. So I took out all of the thread. And yeah, so I'm doing fabric paint on all of this. It's more durable than acrylic paint, because acrylic paint, wow, plasticky wouldn't be the right term for it, but it's kind of that. It can crack and stuff because it's water-based. Oh, to clean them. For these ones, I would just wipe them down. Same thing with the embroider ones. Like, I can take a magic eraser to the front of it. But that was the other thing, is with embroidery, there was still going to be so much white exposed. So my plan is to cover up most of this white, and then the tongue will be tucked inside, and I have some blue shoelaces. I never thought about that, Marilyn. I just got these on Amazon. They're like generic off-brand Converse without the Converse brand. It might peel off. Well, with the fabric paint, it adheres to it. It adheres to it and binds to it, which is why I'm using the fabric paint instead. But it like soaks into the fibers and kind of grips it that way. Aw, thanks. But yeah, I wouldn't run them through the washer and dryer for sure. I could probably run the embroidery ones through the washer and dryer, but those ones will just get wiped down. And I don't like regularly get them wet anyway. My excursions outdoors include various stores and picking up the kids to and from, and the occasional coffee shop. Yeah, it soaks in, exactly. So yeah, I don't do a lot. Probably the most wear and tear that my embroider ones ever got was when I went to my brother's farm and was wearing them. They got a little dusty. But aside from that, I figure, you know, I'm going to use the chocolate. They're cool and all, but I'm not going to not wear them and just keep them. Like, I don't know. The point is to show people, and I like it. I had a lady in the grocery store once who stopped me, told me I should sell the shoes, which was super flattering. But I was just like, it'd be cool, but also my fingers were killing me when I was done. Have you tried Inktense pencils on? I have them, and I thought about it, and I have it. So maybe my next pair of shoes that I do, it's like I do a pair of shoes about every 2 years or so. Inktense might be really good. Right? Exactly. They're too cool not to wear. Sorry, the clouds are moving a lot, so we're getting a lot of different light levels here. But I'm enjoying them, but also, again, it's a work in progress. I've been trying to get those shoes done for like 3 weeks. 4 weeks, maybe? A month? I don't have a lot of time to sit down with it. And so, let's see, we're going to use wheat here because I want this to be lighter. But yeah, Inktense would be absolutely fun to do that. And like I said, I just get like generic shoes. So it's like low stakes if for whatever reason I just like, it's terrible, you know? All right, let's get green shadow. Plus, it's nice because I tend to find my people when I wear these kinds of shoes, whether they're crafty or nerdy or whatever else. Bye, Josephine. Thanks for being here. Cute Converse, but they're not made for walking. A decade ago, there was a vendor of well-known sneakers that would hand... Oh, that, yeah, no, I'd probably keep those. Leather paint on leather shoes drew my dog and my mom. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that would be fun. Reached the age where I ordered some orthopedic shoes to help with the issues to be here soon. For now, the sides I got support. My feet are very comfortable. Yes, so fun fact, actually, I put Dr. Scholl's shoe inserts on my embroidered shoes. I was like, I need more support. My joints ain't what they used to be. All right, let's see. Let's grab the warm earth. And we're just going to do a little bit from the underside here, where it's still going to be a bit shadowed. Let's grab the chocolate. Yeah, I actually made a new appointment with a new rheumatologist. So I'm hoping that this one will be a little less grumpy and help me figure things out just a bit more. In fact, they almost stuck me with the same nurse practitioner that I saw last time, which, just a quick roundup, long story short, the medicine they wanted to give me for RA didn't work well with other things that I had going on. And this doctor basically said, well, if you're not willing to take the medicine, I don't know what you want me to do. And I was like, oh, okay. And so they almost stuck me with him again. And I was just like, can I not? Can I see? They have a new rheumatologist that's there. And so I wanted to get in to see her. And I was like, I really don't want to see that guy again. He's really rude and I don't like him. Bought some Jimmy Choo. Oh, snap. I'd be so afraid to wear those. Like, I see like those shoe repair videos and I'm like, how do they even do that? Like, they make it to where they look brand new. All right, we're going to add a little bit of black on the stem now that we have the leaf there. A little bit of black, a little bit of chocolate because I want it to stand out. Let's see. That's sepia red. We want chocolate. That's amazing though. All right, and let's grab the wheat again. Oh, there it is. Okay. Just smooth that out just a touch. Let's add just a little bit. I keep grabbing that sepia. I want chocolate. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I almost did like Star Trek Voyager on the other side of the shoe, but I was just like, no, we got to add in some nerdy bookness here. All right, so now we're going to add a little bit of shadow here where everything's kind of darker. We're going to use chocolate where it's kind of covered by things. How are we doing on time? We still got like 15 minutes. We can do this. Okay. And definitely some there. There we go. Let's add a little bit of the ink blue. Sounds good. There you go. Helen, thanks for stopping by. It was good to chat with you. We'll be live again next Friday if you want to hang out. But thanks for being here. Okay. So there we go. Just a little bit ink blue. We can always add more shadow once we add more things. Ooh, sparkly. You know what's funny? I actually wore ballet shoes. Like not just flats, but like actual ballet shoes. It's 40 minutes late. Snotty and pain. Oh no, it says not letting me answer one. See? Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not good. And I don't know. I need a doctor to be flexible rather than just rigid in their like one way. Like if we don't, it's my way or the highway. And it's like, but not everyone is the same. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do chocolate, and we are going to work on this little platform here. I have this as wood, so we can use the darker color to kind of sketch in the wood grains. So we'll do the tops of it first, and then we'll do the sides. Okay. But yeah, so I'm excited to go see her, and there's only like 2 rheumatologists at this practice, so if she doesn't work out, I may outsource rheumatology. But yeah, I'd like to have somebody that is a bit more understanding and less cranky. What is it with specialists and being cranky? Like, well, we don't want to be here, you know, we're here because we have to be here. Okay. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of yellow ochre here because it's going to get some light from the couple of windows. The side of it could be a little bit lighter. Let's grab the warm earth. That's hilarious. It will not become a walking pharmacy, right? Exactly, Shannon, exactly. Well, and it's not like I was just being all foo-foo about it. The medicine that they wanted me to take for the RA, its common symptoms mimic the symptoms I'm supposed to be watching for this thing in my head here. And I was just like, so like this interferes with the symptoms that I'm watching for this thing. Like, this can't be an option. Like, can we discuss other stuff? And he was like, if you're not willing to take the medicine, I can't help you. And I'm like, oh, okay then. Thanks. Right? Oh yeah, I wear today I'm wearing my Hey Dudes. But yeah, I'm usually like flip-flops or sneakers. I wear my embroidery shoes a lot. Okay, we're just using warm earth here. But I do go for my, what is it, tri-monthly? Every 3 months I go in for a visual field test for them to check and see, make sure nothing has changed with my eye or anything. So that is next week. So be interesting to see that. I haven't been having any significant symptoms though for a while. So I'll probably get the all clear once again, which is good. All right, let's use some warm earth on this stick here that's underneath. But it's nice that they're keeping up on it and everything. Oh, I went over that. It's okay. And keeping an eye on it so I don't have to question it. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, me too, Dee. It's real nice. Like I said, anytime I meet a new doctor, I just need to lead with the MRI of my head and be like, okay, so I'm not overreacting. I have this thing going on, thankfully benign, but still, it's not nothing. Oh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome. Doesn't it feel so good? Like, I went and saw my regular PCP the other day for other whatever else, but I went to go see him, and you know that they're a good doctor when you leave and you feel like you want to cry, but not because they've been mean or condescending, but because of the relief, because they listen to you. Like, the rarity to have a doctor who doesn't make you feel like he thinks you're a hypochondriac or it's just your anxiety or whatever else, that legitimately listens and like doesn't just brush you off. Like, there's so much relief with that, and that's who I'm just super lucky to have him. And so it's just like, yeah, I'm crying, but it's good tears. I mean, I don't do it in there. Do I feel the need to give him a hug before I leave because he's just so wonderful? Absolutely. Would he be totally freaked out? Probably. So exactly. Jeanette. Yes, walks you to the exit. Like, I'm telling you, man, if you're in the field to be a doctor, just treat your patients like they're humans, and it goes a long way. My hip actually needs, right? Yeah. Well, it was like I was so relieved too. Like, we changed the kids' is this in focus? I feel like it's out of focus. We changed the kids' pediatrician a while ago, and we got this one now that is wonderful. And I tried to explain, you know, what we were worried about with little Steve, because he was just, I'm using the blender now. He was getting sick so often, and I was just like, look, we've got autoimmune conditions in the family. Can we just get some blood work done finally so that we can either help him where it needs to be helped, or we can have, you know, peace of mind to know that it's not anything underlying. And they said, yeah, let's go ahead and get it checked out. And first of all, he did absolutely wonderfully. I was so nervous about him getting that done, but he could not have done it better. And lo and behold, he's just fine. He's just little, and he's just going to get sick. But now we don't have to question it every time he's sick for the umpteenth time. Let's see. 19 orthopedic doctors at that clinic called to cancel my tour second appointment for another hip injection so I could see a different surgeon on the 8th for my spine, hoping to. Oh, that's awesome. See, when they're like proactive about that too. Several back surgeries. The one that gave me a cortisone shot in my hip a few weeks ago and gave me a big hug on the way out. The right doctor's critical. Oh my gosh. Yes. Like, it is just, yeah, it just makes a world of difference, because it's like, we don't make doctor's appointments for fun, right? We don't want to be there any more than some doctors, you know, want us to be there. Like, we'd rather be at home with our books and our coffee rather than go and paying whatever we need for a copay, only to have someone be like, yeah, nah, you're overreacting. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just ignore the excruciating pain. That's cool. It's like, yeah, we would not be here if we didn't have to be. Trust, dude, trust. I'm just using black now to reinforce some of the shadows here. Let's see, let's do it here. Okay. All right, now let's grab our warm earth again. Shit. Exactly. You're like, wait, you're hugging me? What does this mean? Do I need last rites? What's happening? She gonna see me again in 3 months? Okay, don't do that. Seriously. Well, I'll be excited to see, not excited necessarily. I will be less apprehensive, but I will be curious to see what she has to do. On the plus side, I do have to go get blood work done for my graves. We only do it every 6 months now, so I'm crossing my fingers that my levels will be good and maybe I can stop taking the medicine that I need to for that. Sorry, I realize this turned into medical talk. I apologize. Things that are on my mind 24/7. The doctor appointment that I'm dreading. But a lot of you know what's kind of going on with my head, and I know that like some of you have messaged and asked like how it's doing. So I figure if I have any updates for that, you guys are probably mildly curious. You always listen, tells me I'm the one who knows my body best. See, I love that. Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. Empathic doctors are just, yes, absolutely. It's like you were made for this profession. Hands down. Okay, this pumpkin is going to need more shadow. Like I'm looking at it and I'm not pleased with what we've done, but I do want to do the rest of this deck here. We'll have the same issue one way or another. Exactly. Well, that's the thing. Like I feel more comfortable talking to you guys than I would like if I was, you know, live on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. Cause like you're my people. You guys have been here for, gosh, how long have we been doing this? What, 2016, 2017? Oh my gosh, we're going to have to do something big for like 10 years of streaming, which is just crazy. But yeah, so it's like, I know your names. Like, I haven't really seen any of you in person, a few of you, but like, despite the fact that we've never actually met in real life, we've all been talking for so long, like it just seems natural. Like we could all suddenly see each other at a coffee shop and it would be like we've known each other for a long time. He's like, what's he doing right now? Thankfully not on the desk. He was on it earlier this morning, but last I saw he is downstairs just snoozing away. It's so funny too because he has like his sad spot, and I say sad spot because he goes and lays in the same spot whenever the kids, you know, we all head out for the day or whatever. You know that sound bite you hear that it's like meow 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 meow. That's like Paul in the morning when everybody's getting ready to leave for the day. Like he's just sad that everybody's leaving, and we're like, oh. I have never had a cat like. He reminds me of a dog in the sense to where he reacts so significantly to tone of voices, because if one of us walks in the room and we go, hi, Paul, he immediately runs up for like pets and loves and snuggles. Like he is literally the most affectionate cat I have ever owned. You know, like cats tend to be aloof and whatever, as long as, you know, we feed you, they just don't really care. But he feeds off of our energy so much. Like, no wonder he's my therapy cat, you know, like, it's adorable. I know, right? Well, not yet. We got like a couple years to that, I think. What does what sometimes? Oh, the streams, yeah. It's fun to different voices I use, right? Especially when they lay on me, they want to put their head under my neck. I know it. Hi, Miss
Cones, how are you? Miss Cones, I don't know if you know the announcement, but all of the prices for the quilt squares have been lowered in the shop since I'm streaming less. So if there's something that you've been saving up for or whatever else, the prices are lower. And my madre is here to help me bust out all of these squares. So when I come back, hopefully that should be there. All right, let's do some green shadow. I just want to add some more shadow to this one. 6 years so far. Yeah, so we got a few years to go. But still, I mean, that's a long time. The fact of the matter is, like, friends that I've known over the years, we've moved, you know, when we move away, we, you know, lose touch or whatever. But I swear, you guys have been, like, my most steady social group for the last 6 years. Because you guys, well, you guys move with us. Despite moving to another town, you guys are still here, and it's wonderful, and I love it. So I don't think I could ever truly give up streaming completely unless there was some massive life change. I know we're doing it less, but I have no intentions on giving up streaming anytime soon. Let's do Olive Earth. Oh, yeah, points. All right, we're gonna do Olive Earth here. Because it's such a light pumpkin, I don't want to go too dark on the shadows, so we're sticking to kind of the lighter shadows that we have, but maybe we'll do a few darker ones just right down here. Let's actually get a little bit of that chocolate. Just a bit. Yeah, so I think I have a to-do list for squares that's about 15 or 16 at the moment, which is fabulous. I love that everybody's able to get their charms in, because once we're out of squares, I'll just remove the squares from the shop, but I'll keep the quilt up until pretty much, I don't know, maybe we'll keep it I don't want to say for the full year, because we'll probably pull it once their squares start getting full, because I know there's a few that have been saving for them that don't have that many yet. And with the lower prices, hopefully everyone will be able to get theirs a little bit sooner rather than later. I'm using a little bit of black. So we'll probably start putting it together when I see that most everyone that wants charms, like maybe when we get really close, I'll do a poll and I'll see like how many people are still hoping to add more charms versus how many people think, oh yeah, I think I'm about done, kind of thing. There you go, yeah. Finally, I ventured into trying Galaxy background. Oh yeah, and I can't wait to see. You're gonna do wonderful. Right, Lens, exactly, and hello. No, absolutely. I'm telling you, when 2020 hit, everybody was like real struggling and at home, and I'm just like, I'm good. I got you guys. Oh, yay, Derwent. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to update that real quick because I've been trying to keep it pretty updated because I have the same amount of squares available. So it's like you can choose either or, but I try to update it when the squares come in. So we now have 11 squares left. And if you guys missed it, this is going to be the final pattern for the quilt. I realized I had a lot less purple than I did green. So I've been trying to keep up on that. Put a link here to get charms. I can never find them. Oh, for the charms, just do exclamation point. Oh my gosh, what is it, guys? Quilt or loyalty? Exclamation point loyalty. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the fact page. And yeah, there we go. What Shannon's putting in there. The exclamation point loyalty. That'll be the link for it. You do not have to redeem it while I'm live. You can redeem it at any time. So if you want to take your time and figure it out, but just like I told everybody else, if you're struggling to log in, sometimes it doesn't work, just email me and I'm keeping a running list on my email as well. I mean, it's easier when everybody does the thing, but I also know sometimes tech just cannot be helped. So if it's not working right, just shoot me an email and let me know. How many points for charms now? So if you click on that link Shannon just put up, loyalty will be up there. I actually don't remember. I want to say 750 for charms now, I think. But yeah, if you just, Shannon's got the 2 links there. So if you just click loyalty, you'll be able to see what we've got available. Okay, so I'm just going to use this wheat here just a bit. Okay, I am happier with that shadow. Much happier. Look at that. I may add a little bit more shadows for this one, make it stand out a little bit more. But like I said, I'm also hoping that I'll have the new set before we finish this page. And maybe we can add a few more greens, which would be really cool. How many days do we have until October 1st? So it will be October. By the time we're live again, I will have ordered the pencil. I don't know how long it's going to take, because if I order it from Derwent, the shipping may take longer. If I order it from Amazon, then it could be here in a day or two. It's going to be kind of hard to see, but if I can use the 30% off coupon, that would be ideal. Like, what even is that? If it comes out to, hang on, we're gonna math real quick. If it comes out to 150, so we do 150 times was it 0.30? No, that's not right. Someone who's good at math. What's 30%? What's 30% off of, you can, yes. If you do exclamation point give and then do their name. So if I do exclamation point give at Nightbot 5, then that's me giving Nightbot 5 points. It should pop up here in a second, but no, probably not, because I'm actually, see, perfect, there we go. Yay, more charms. Because I am actually, I'm going to go get dinner started, and then I'm headed to go pick up my mother, because they are here, so. Oh, so it was right. Oh my gosh, that is a huge discount. I didn't even really think about that. Well, hot dang, man. Okay. I'll keep you posted. As soon as I see it up on their website, like I'll share it on my stories or the community tab. Yeah. $105. That's really good. That's really, really good. Times by points. Oh, yeah, that would make more sense. That's a fabulous price, you guys. Okay, so my plan is 30. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Marilyn, because I know like Derwent's going to treat their pencils better than Amazon ever would. A lot less breakage probably or whatever. So if you're planning on getting the books, whether you're in the UK or the US, okay, Claire and Suzanne both have coupon codes and they have links for you. I don't know if Claire's coupon is for Cult pens. I think hers is directly Derwent. But either way, that's a fabulous steal. Absolutely. These are like professional grade pencils. So October 1st, yeah, that's when it gets released. And I don't know if they're going to run out. I'm going to be like, I'm tempted to stay up until midnight on whatever the last day was. What is it? The 30th? Because I really want to get them and I don't want them to run out of stock because I have a feeling they're going to go fast. And I don't know if it'll open at midnight or at like 6 a.m. or whatever. I will keep you guys posted, but I am absolutely positively getting those. Well, okay, so yeah, so Color with Claire and Suzanne Berry Coloring, they have coupon codes where they're connected to the UK. Lindsay Frugal Crafter, you can find her on YouTube. She's got a live stream that she did with it. She has a coupon code for it. So they're available until, the one I was looking at for Lindsay, hers doesn't go active until the 1st. And I'm hoping to order it through the US so we don't have to pay the extra tariffs because I think Cult Pens factored it in. It was like $211 or something like that. But yes, so Lindsay Frugal Crafter, Color with Claire, Suzanne Berry Coloring. Those are the ones I know off the top of my head. But yeah, check those out and I will keep you guys posted. Like I said, I'm going to get them as soon as I can. Anyway, all right, everyone. I'm going to go put some dinner in the crock pot, get myself some lunch, go see my mother, and I'll see you guys in a week, okay? Total of $263 shipped. Oh, yeah, if I can get it from 105. And again, don't, like, the 150 is my made-up number based on the price of the pencils now. I don't know if that's going to change, but hot dang, if I can get 72 of these pencils for 105, I'm doing it. Oh, Connie. Can you order from the UK, Connie? It's possible. Anyway, okay, I'm going to head out. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for being awesome. We made it a little bit further. I might touch up a few things, but maybe by the time we come back, we'll have it. Oh, yay, Derwent. All right, folks. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your week. Stay healthy. Stay safe. I'll chat with y'all later. Bye.